joint study session of the City Council and Climate Action and Adaptation Task Force. Today is the Monday, February 24th, and we're thrilled to be together and looking forward to hearing all about the work that you've been doing. Let's see about call to order. Roll call. City Clerk Coffey.
I'll start the roll call with council members. Councilmember Wright.
Present.
Councilmember Espinosa.
Present.
Councilmember Beer.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Bowles.
Here.
Mayor Beckmeyer.
Present.
No, did I have a?
And we'll move on to the Climate Action and Adaptation Task Force members, as this is a joint study session between the City Council and the Climate Action and Adaptation Task Force. I'll start with the chair, Monica Mayor?
Maher.
Maher,
Here,
thank you. Vice Chair Kai Martin.
Present, thank you.
Climate Action Task Force member Maria Barr.
Present.
Kimberly Finale.
Here.
Margot Myman.
Here.
Rick Nahas.
Here.
Dave Plum.
Here.
Carl Schwab.
Here.
And Nancy Tierney.
Here.
And all CAP task force members are present and all council members are present.
Great. And we have a few audience members present as well. So I'll take this moment to remind the audience and all of us to place a parking pass on our dashboards if parked in the City Council Chambers parking lot. Paper passes can be found on the door at the bottom of the stairs. And I will read the land acknowledgement. The City of Pacifica acknowledges that we occupy the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples, who are the original inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. We honor the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples for their enduring commitment to Mother Earth. As the indigenous protectors of this land, and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten their responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as for all people who reside in their traditional territory. We affirm their sovereign rights as First Peoples and wish to pay our respects to the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. And I would like to invite Councilmember Espinosa to lead the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Where do I see Elizabeth? Hello. So I want to welcome Elizabeth Brooks and Brittany Hernandez. Brittany is there. Hi, Brittany. Thank you for being here. And we have a consideration item to receive an update and provide direction to the draft Climate Action and Adaptation Plan and provide direction and feedback to the Climate Action and Adaptation Plan Task Force members and staff for the final draft preparation and future council consideration of the plan. So, Monica, please go ahead.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council members for having us here tonight. We're very excited. Even though I'm speaking right now, speak on behalf of all of our wonderful task force members. This really was a group effort. Can you go to the next slide, please? So for the presentation tonight, I just wanted to give an overview of the task force, especially for our City Council members who are new. And then just hopefully you've had a chance to look through the draft, but we'll just give you a review, kind of orientate you to what we put together and go over next steps. I believe then city staff has a staff report before we'll receive direction from council.
And before we have that, I would like to check in with PCT because I see one screen that appears to be the slides, but I don't see the PCT signal on the other screen. video, oh, shall I read? Go, yes, please go ahead and read it.
Well, it says video signal has been interrupted.
Mayor, in the meantime, do I recognize a member of the youth that participated in this, and could we acknowledge them
Please.
while we are here?
By all means.
Sure, come to, yeah, Calvin, if you want to come to the podium.
This is Calvin Chan. He's a member of a youth climate committee along with another person who's not with us tonight. They contributed to some of the portions of the CAP, working closely with task force members and drafting some of the language themselves. Calvin, feel free to add to that.
Should I give my speech, or I think we should just wait for public comment? Okay. Hi, I'm Calvin Chan. I'm a student at Terra Nova, a Youth Advisory Board member, and also the co-chair of the Youth Climate Action and Adaptation Task Force.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, and thank you for your service.
And Emily is on the move.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We want people to be able to participate by viewing from a distance.
So, Madam Mayor, I've been advised that it's a Comcast issue, it's external, so we are still live via Zoom. So if the meeting wants, if everybody wants to continue, we can continue.
We can continue. I wish there were a way to let the people know who are trying to watch this on Comcast that they could call into the Zoom and be able to watch it on their computers. If only we could do that. But since we aren't able to, we'll forge ahead and know that the meeting is being recorded, so it will be viewable later. Please.
Okay, great, thank you. If you go next slide, please. So just a little bit of background on the task force. The members were appointed by City Council in July of 2023, and our direction was to update Pacifica's first climate action plan, which was published in 2014. We started having monthly meetings in September of 2023, and here are the tasks that we have accomplished or are accomplishing. You will see that one of the final ones is publishing the final CAP. We haven't done that yet, but that is one of our main tasks that we were tasked with by City Council. And if we could go to the next slide, sorry, I'm trying to troubleshoot over there. And then these are the various subcommittees that the task force put together. So even though we are a small task force, you can see we had quite a few different subcommittees. And this was really how we completed those different tasks. And I think it's helpful for you to see these just to get an idea of the specific focus areas that we were looking at when putting together the plan. And then to just orientate you to the draft a little bit, so we did start with the RICAPS template. So that is the Regional Climate Action Planning Suite, which is a county-wide working group led by San Mateo County's Office of Sustainability. So the county put together this template. Worth noting that the template did not include an adaptation section, so that entire section was put together by our task force. And I would also say that our writing subcommittee streamlined it quite a bit to make it what you see today. We also worked with Rincon, who is the technical contractor who's working with the county around our greenhouse gas inventory. So they're already putting together the inventories for all of the cities in the county, so we asked them to do some additional analysis for us.
Good.
And then this is just the table of contents of the plan as it stands today. So I won't read through this, but just wanted to include this here. And then this is our targets for our 2030 greenhouse gas emissions target. So it starts with the 2005 data, and then it shows what our goal is for 2030, as well as where we actually are in 2023, because that's the last full year of data that we have, and then what that target reduction is. The goal is based on reducing our emissions by 45% from the 1990 levels, and that aligns with the county goal. Since our baseline here is 2005, you'll see that's why it looks like a 53% reduction, so just want to clarify that. And then next we go into the goals and actions by each sector. So each section has an introduction section to kind of explain it, and then the goals and actions. This is the majority of what we're hoping to get feedback from City Council on tonight. And I do also just want to mention that what you have in front of you is a draft, and we've already gotten some input for improvement, and I mentioned Rincon, so you should each have this packet in front of you that shows the Rincon suggestions, some of which the task force is already planning to implement. And then after each of those sections, we do have the implementation section, which I just want to take a minute on because it's a very important section for us. So similar to the other sections, it does start with goals and actions. And then the task force has the recommendation to hire a sustainability coordinator and create an environmental commission. We do have a Pacifica youth involvement section, which was written by the youth advocates, so we're very glad to include that in our CAP. And lastly, there's a timeline as well as the suggested ongoing monitoring and adjustments for the plan. These next 9 slides, we can just kind of click through these. My proposal for you tonight, Mayor, is that we spend about 10 to 15 minutes on each of these sections to get feedback from City Council. You know, is there anything missing from these goals? Any input and suggestions you have? I will say for the resilience section, we did already get some feedback from the Pacifica Land Trust to make sure that we expand the CAP after the Pacifica Coastal Resilience Opportunity Study that they're putting together is complete. So that's another piece of input we've received that we plan to adjust this with. So these slides are just here. If we do want to spend that 10 to 15 minutes, we can pull these up when we're going through those sections.
And this refers back to the slide that had the 4.
Yes.
So
yes, it has
10 to 15 minutes per, and we'll trust our wonderful staff to help keep us on track and let us know when we're starting to get close to that.
Yes, and I do want to just note that it's the 4 sections plus implementation, because there's also goals and actions there. So it'll be 5 sections for us to go through tonight.
Okay.
And then lastly, just because, as I mentioned, implementation is so important to us, I just wanted to spend a minute talking about our recommendation to have an environmental commission. And we do recommend that this is set up as soon as possible to reduce the gap in between us publishing the CAP, having it adopted by City Council, and being able to start implementation. I feel like this is very timely with the strategic plan, the goal setting this Saturday, so hopefully something that City Council can keep in mind. And I think it's also just worth noting the tasks that we recommend for this commission includes some items that are already done by the task force. We've already been attending a lot of meetings on behalf of the city, both at the regional and the county level. At those meetings, we tend to hear about a lot of grant opportunities. We have brought those back to city staff. We think that if a commission was set up, they could actually help do more than just bring up the grants. They could actually help with the applications and securing some of this funding to help complete some of the actions that we've outlined in the CAP. And I do, just again, because it's such a big part of what we've been doing, but we do recommend including a youth member to this commission.
Great.
And so lastly, just next steps overall for us. We are in our 1 month of stakeholder feedback. So if you go to planpacifica.org/CAAP, that is available now for everyone in the community to provide feedback. And we're also going to engage with the various stakeholders that we've already reached out to make sure they're aware of that, and task force members will go present at meetings, get feedback, however folks want to engage with us to get us that feedback. We'll then incorporate all of that feedback and then hopefully be coming back to City Council in late spring to present our final CAP and get it adopted. And then, as I mentioned, we hope to move into implementation shortly thereafter, which, as a reminder, is not what this task force has been tasked with, right? We are just getting the plan adopted. So again, that's why we recommend setting up the commission. And then lastly, before I wrap up, again, just want to thank the entire task force and the support that we've gotten from city staff. Everyone here has really made my job easy as the chair, and everyone has had a big role in getting this draft in front of you today. Just looking around the room, every single person has contributed. So just wanted to say that thank you, and that's it for me.
Well, thanks very much for that introduction, and I want to echo your acknowledgement of this committee. I've personally seen you out in the community at tabling events and know the energy and excitement and enthusiasm that has been, it's infectious. It's bringing people in, and they're very engaged and want to know more and want to participate. So everybody's worked super hard, and I do appreciate all that's gone in. I'm sure the council will echo that. All right. Shall we move to?
Mayor, I can present my staff report now, if that's okay. Elizabeth
please.
Brooks, Management Analyst, and I think the ending on the thank yous is a great segue. I'd also like to thank these incredible community volunteers that I've had the pleasure of working with over this almost year and a half. They all have full-time jobs or full-time retirement commitments, but they have worked tirelessly so many hours, so many meetings upon meetings within little meetings, and they've done excellent work that usually city staff do or you hire consultants to do. Technical, amazing work. And this study session offers a great opportunity for City Council and Task Force to now look together at what they've worked on this last year and a half and refine the draft cap where needed, and then give direction on a couple steps that we still need to hear from council members on. I might break the microphone. That's better. Firstly, as I mentioned, the task force has brought this draft cap to an amazing place. From the beginning, we suspected for certain parts of it, we may need to go outside for some technical consulting assistance. And thankfully, through the county's regional program, RICAPS, which the acronym is in the staff report. I apologize, I don't have it off the top of my head. We have partnership with Rincon Consultants, and they're able to offer a certain portion of assistance within RICAP's budget for each jurisdiction. So we've worked with Rincon already on some portions of the document, and I'd like to call out that 2 of them are here with us on Zoom tonight and ready to answer any questions that may come up regarding the cap overall, or especially the recommendations that we provided